On this lovely episode, we have a good brother of mine whom I admire so much. I had to do my utmost best to make sure that I show you how gratifying it is to have you. Also, being an example that I had chosen. You are quite an amazing person whom I look up to, and this conversation was one that was due in process. And I'd like to commend you on being a fan of other people's work. It means that you also decided to be a fan of yourself. There's power in love, there's power in helping others get to where they are. And thank you for admiring the product that we have created, and we are quite thankful that we can be able to become positive in a negative aspect. Thank you very much yet again. It is I, yours truly, the maniac. I tried my utmost best to do what I had to do. It's yet another lovely episode. In my presence, I have a good brother whom I respect very much. You are in a journey of building. You also have to admire those you see along the way, because there's something that others can teach you as well. I'm going to start this on a very good note about how thankful I am for the amount of support that you've showed me, like genuinely. And ingabile what you have done, bro. Because in this world, you have people that are still like stuck in themselves, bro. Can't be happy for other people. And genuinely, I could feel that love, bro. And it's very important for me, like, to diverge in that. And very importantly, like, my podcast is about my journey, especially like the things that I went through, how I also want to help other people not make the same mistakes that I did. How also empowering oneself also helps so that you can be able to surface and get to be able to face this thing called life. Somehow you think it's an impairment not having a father physically in your life, but your uncle became my father. Shout out to Mr. Joshua Kula. I've had him on the podcast as well. And I just wanted to like give him those ears to say, yo, but man, you really helped me, because he just didn't believe in me. He was like, think for yourself in everything that you do. And you come from the same bloodline. And I've admired you ever since I started to know you, bro. You're a really genuine dude. And you don't find that often because people get consumed by being adults. And I just wanted to give you the props and give you an opportunity to let the world know who you are, bro. Because we are in this world of collaboration, bro. We do not know if you could be sitting next to the next star, but let's get into the habit of helping each other win now. You see, and the podcast is a journey in that kind of sense, but you can do this, but try to find yourself as well. Like in many instances, I've gotten like a mandla from people who are not even physically into my life, because the main thing that mattered to them was, bro, I like what you're doing. Whatever you are doing, I might not understand it, because people are so quick to want to ruin something and yet they don't understand it. Like, okay, learn to also protect this thing, because you're gonna meet people, you're like, ah, you are too much. And then I met this bro last year, bro. And he wanted to be behind the camera, but I first like, we're gonna get on the podcast. And it's conversations, bro. We don't do interviews most of the time. And I was like, he was interested in like, what have you been through and all these things. And now I get to have an opportunity to see, by, oh, this guy, there's something I can learn from him as well, no matter how young he is as well, because the foundation of your relationship it was respect. Like, I respect this dude very much, but not to babble too much. I really admire you, dude. And like, support dog, like, especially from the people that we see on a daily basis. People want to do something to gain something, and you're not that kind of dude. And I saw that even through like Maniac. That's still my father as well. I still respect that man, and it's so nice to also understand that you got Izindo that gave you an opportunity to be humble. So it would have been easy to be like, I'm gonna drop all of this and go otherwise. But at the end of the day, I'm ruining my own life, because it's like, bro, Nancy Indo, if you're gonna take it, it's gonna be to your advantage. It's gonna be hard for you to figure out. But a whole lot of things became easy because I had strong people like him. Yeah, but who reminded me, you need to fight for the way for now. And he was reminding me, every time on my lives and doing your own way, but continue, because I know that's love, and it's an opportunity as well now to visit like my mother. If I want to see my mother, I would look at the people that their lives, that everybody had an opportunity to encounter my mother. And now I've ventured on a journey to be like, let me tell my story. Let me be a different example, because people are not doing it and nobody's going to do it, bro. Like, as long as we're breaking backs to discover ourselves, I'd rather be in the ring, getting my ass beat, knowing at the end of the day, I'm down for my destiny, than sitting there and parading for someone else's misery. Like, take full control of your own car. And life is not easy. And he's one of those men who taught me, yo, bruh, it's not going to be easy, but go to war. At the end of the day, you're going to be thankful for yourself. So I do understand sometimes we go through a lot of things, brother. But the main thing, we mustn't forget one another. We mustn't. These experiences that we go through are fundamental, and they're going to put us in places where we can look back. Because I want to be proud of myself and also the people that I get to have at my table. If it's you, if it's Soongs, if it's other people. But something that I've always told people is, you don't have to do things so that people like you. All you have to do is be yourself. And it's hard for people to do that, because people are not going to like me. People are not going to be want to around me. That gave me opportunity to let me go find myself, because people don't see it, but Nama also go through things. I'm human. Subonba, he's not involved in. No, I'm also going through things as well. I have a life, brother. My life is not unique as well. It's got challenges, but I'm not out there trying to feel sorry for myself. So I was like, let me build. There was always, that way in my head at one point, especially like COVID. Because COVID comes, then a mental pandemic guy. But yo, bruh, umhlaba uchintshile ngoku, yonke into izofunda over the internet. And I was like, YouTube is my daddy. I create Galo 7 Media. I was like, these are basically my diary thoughts, what I'm going through ngoku. The podcast is my diary. It's all these thoughts that now the world needs to know about them. Because at the end of the day, they cannot prevail over a person who has accepted their flaws. We all have flaws. I'm not perfect, brother. I'm a building in construction. I always say that. But I'm not saying but I don't go through things. But I'm also trying to adapt to be unique to my struggles. My life is unique to me. I will not compare it to someone else, but if my life can also help being an example to someone else to say, hey, brother, the struggle is the same. You have to keep on going. And when I have best friends who I hold in high regard, the people I have here, they matter, bruh. Like those people, they tell you about who you have a life in Yako is who you will become. And I very admire the relationship you have, Nick, girlfriend Yako, bruh. Other than being like depth in all these things, these friendships that are not going to take us anywhere. Because Damia was like, fair to born, but isn't you choma zuzuk in fact, and my mother was like, no, Tando. Early into manhood, I was like, no, it's like some people, they allow you to make those mistakes, and he did. And that is what a father is. God didn't give him an opportunity to go to Bangabenayo, but did that take him from the opportunity to say, yo, like, that's my dad, bruh. Time I am, and I love him so much. I respect him so much. And I want well-being to also come to him as well, because life is too short, bruh, to be miserable, man. So what would you like the world to know about you, brother?
Sure, Tati. Man. Thanks, man.
Sure, brother.
Like like opportunity since last year.
Oh, yeah,
but
brother.
We and Mangaza is like message on the 31st. It was not 31st, it was the 1st of this year.
Yeah.
2023, like
Jordan, yeah, motherfucker.
Hey, that's it. And then if I like on that 31st, like but on that 31st I was at home. That's it. Sober, no alcohol, nix.
Something said say home.
Yay, that's it. I don't know. Got I said until it. But when I was on Facebook, I saw a message by wait, man, man, happy new year. Don't yongelo way, but glonyaka. Send phone and a podcast. That was like, wow. Say Rotman ngaba say nyan you theater the way like,
yes,
because yakumbula must even like before, like that kalela ba said the Imameli podcast.
Yes.
Because abona much tosebenza nabo, like all songs obuhle obani, because binga much tenhlala nabo before, like manhood and stuff like that. But ke ngoku iweza chincha yabo,
Yeah, the cultural dynamics.
Yeah.
The for the international audience, us we are Xhosa men. When we go through initiation, that's from boyhood to manhood. So now we have to like adapt to different standards. We basically become the man of the house. So now there are different values, but the fact that you kept those things of like, yo, this dude still has those people around them, it means that very grand. Now you can continue, bro.
Yeah, so I decided, but like it was too big for me because I didn't even notice about we notice and now like there's Koko like when I saw
No, I take notice, bro. I look like I don't take notice. I keep note of everybody. Trust me, bro. And no, there's still plenty of people who are still on the list, but but there's still like other parts of myself that I still need to kill. Because understand Guti Nam. First of all, there's a lot of fear in also what I'm also doing, bro. Look at bro. And then I was like, bro, because it's like, yo, Tati, it's like you natural behind that camera. Like, because then he's interested. Like we also like interested in one another.
Sure.
I think that's also fundamentally that. Like, no, man, I cannot deprive the world of who I am. The best, especially the worst part of me, because I learned through Zonges Azind. And the podcast is like 3 years in the making, bro. And yet the color 2021. Yeah, born a dog. So like, yeah, man, as a demons, I had to fight through Zongeland because I'm losing my mom, I'm losing my job, I'm losing my girlfriend at that time. But all of that is like molding me. Like, you're gonna become the father, you're gonna become the creator of Motivational Maniac. It was like everything is gonna be taken away from you. Are gonna be ready. Yeah. Your mom is going to be taken away. And in that aspect towards my mom, like I felt a part of me had prepared, but a part of me was like, dog, you cannot live in that room anymore. We are part of the living, Koko, for a reason, dog, and we mustn't forget that. So those people feel to are in a different realm for them to guide us because, right, I like on a weekly basis dream about that woman, and every time I just have a splendid day, and I meditate and land of it, I'm always going to prolong that woman's memory. Well, she's not here physically. That's hard for me, but spiritually, bruh, I walk with her every day. Call me mad and other things, but yo, bruh, when I look at my mom and like listening to all the good things that she went to, it also gives me like opportunity to be like, I come from greatness as well. I still have that foundation and build on that. Because I was the child that my mom decided, good, I'm taking you to English school. Other kids didn't do that. I could have like fucked up that opportunity, but I didn't. I worked on it. But I think my real education started after I scared that dog. Because I failed grade 10. It wasn't nice. But after that, I was like, I'm going to school for me now. It was like 2013. My teacher was like, no more trouble from you. And I was too focused on the girls, bro. Like, I was misdirected. There was nothing. Yeah, boy, at that time. Then, thank God for Joshua Kula. He made a lot of things, like, easier. Like, okay, we're going to move this kind of way. My grandfather and I, in those kind of times. So, at least now I had the advantage to have, like, male role models. That nobody been sense as something otherwise. There was someone to reprimand and say, hey, these things are going to come back to you. So, I couldn't live life as if, nah, man. But yeah, dog.
Yeah,
Man.
as I was saying that year, like last year, like I really admired like your episode because like I'm like notice really it's when you had Paul Saul.
Yeah, wait.
Like, you know, that episode was
that guy.
One of the best. One of the best.
He's gonna be on more episodes as well.
Like I remember like it happened like before December or around December, November. I was doing my internship like a life choices. I'm still doing it, but I've been going 3 months internship. So in this class, I'm busy like I've been listening to like the same songs every day. So I needed something different. I said, okay, Tati, I remember asking you, but it says, episode.
Oh, like Kumula, like box.
Tati, man, I see short clips like there and there, go like Facebook, go YouTube. It says, Fumanega appears with full episode. I want it says Spotify. That's where I'm going. Then I type, and
You.
Moti-
Just go ahead.
motivational
Maniac podcast.
yeah andingene nyani but xa ndifika like there's a list yabo but ke ngoku
Guy listen about according to like newest.
yeah from the newest and then xa ndijonga ujonga kwam what I found abona igama kaPaul Sawule that's umtshita wam ndangena tathi
Same time like
that was like 1 hour and something but I thought to myself yo inde what are we like will I be able to like finish it the whole thing like
that
okay.
that's the best thing on everybody. There's an activate when we do those things. We're like, can we be able to talk this long?
Yeah.
But sometimes you can sit here 4 hours, because tetang away, like back and forth because low was in. And that's the thing. It's like we give each other opportunity for low. Like, can I take enough of this opportunity? Because I keep these dudes because they smart, bro. They smarter than me.
Sure.
I want to admit that they smarter than me. Keep smart people around you, bruh. OQP. He knows, bruh. Only quality people. And that's what we about, dog.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I admire about y'all, bruh. Y'all are young. Y'all are focused, bruh. And like, it's so good to admire. So I want to also be part of it as well. And also be like, that's a good imprint on you because now you become like a good example to someone who even doesn't see you. That's why why would that he see me? Like, yo, this dude is the only person who's fucking with me. Like, I'm gonna use the support and when you let people know, yo, bro, your support means a lot. And they'll be like, yo, my support? Like, yeah, dude, when? Like that acknowledgement, man, because people like to be seen, dog. And I see you, Vid. And I admire you a lot, dog. Like, it's very nice to admire, dog. Yeah, you were saying about your dude.
So like, okay, like Ningene. So it was my first time listening to a podcast.
Yeah.
So I listened. Yo, like lessons and as for on that single episode, Jela, 1 hour and something. Remember, I'm still in the class that I'm still doing my work, but at the same time, I'm mamele earphones. Like, wow. Like I pause and then I go back. Like some stuff. Like uthethe ngechomi, wathetha like ngesikolo, wathetha like everything from me. Like Ningoko man, it was synergy was there that like and I'm okay. As this podcast is something one is an area but different because as now you because we can see bro like podcast and chill all these podcasts like that like,
brother.
no subscribers, no listeners, no views.
Dog.
You see, you just keep uploading every day, like every 3 days, whatever.
Product, dog, because now it's color glow like late last year.
Sure.
When we started to do it together and as soon as we're like this thing is reaching people, like hell yeah. This is what we prepared for. And then dog, a part of what we had to do was believe in ourselves. Like we were like sharpening one another.
Sure.
Like Zaba corners crickets, man. Nobody is there. Yeah. Songs. It's like this, but siyahlala phezu kwazo analytics because eventually it's like it's gonna hit, bruh. Like if you can impact one person, doesn't matter. See, I'm gonna support you because it's genuine, because we're building community. And so many people now are on the monetization game. Because how many clicks can I get? You need to build the relationship because it's people, bruh. The most important commodity are people. Yeah, people, once you can be able to like change people's minds, how they look at themselves, you've done your part here. That's my part, bro. Like, if I can ignite that thing in you, and bro, I never know I had this. Like, dig into that mind of yours, bro, and have people that are going to continue to install that belief in you because it's not easy out here. And sometimes you have to be that person and fight your own shadow and be like, no, you're not going to tell me and do this. And most people think when we are doing this, we don't have those fears. Like, no, how do we write it out? How many episodes have we lost? So you record apa?
Sure.
2 hours, but asimanga ngalondo. Then next week's Fumano Mumchita. Then next week, because we wanted to make this about, like, no, dog, take your experience and put it in front of us and be like, yo, teach the world, the environment. And Chonga 6, 7 countries, 8.
Yeah, I see.
And we are still growing. Yeah.
Analytics.
I said to this guy, analytics are our best friend, dog, and it's because of that. And like you said, man, there's a gap here. Nobody's doing what we're doing. That's
Sure,
why
that's
everyone is trying to ridicule this. We're like, nah, we're gonna get that steak. But yeah, while they worried about that, we worried about our product. Because our future is like in our hands, dog.
They will catch it later.
Yeah, much later, dog. And it's about the value that I'll get to build, man. Like, no, man, I don't want to follow in my father's footsteps, man. There's too much pain in my bloodline. So it stops with me. So now I need to like re-inject like a different form of mindset now towards like my child, like my family now. Because at one point, dog, I never saw myself with one partner. I was like, I will change. Because you don't grow up with a role model, dog. Like Bonisaba, there are perks and benefits to being with one person. Yeah, Bona, there's sustainability because I don't get to work on my dream, and my girlfriend is the biggest support of what I do, dog.
Sure,
like, get a supportive girlfriend. Manamachi that just want to look good with their girls. Go, yo, I want your girlfriend, mana, bruh. The only thing we funai. After that, no connection and whatsoever.
Ironically, because it's a you post when you post on WhatsApp. I'll show you by it in the post. Like it's a post I got it on LinkedIn. It's a Tangobani partner. I asked a billionaire how he did it. He said, forget about the girls and focus on one woman. She will help you achieve everything.
Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Yes, brother. Yabonba, already
like that.
I had to set myself up for his success, bruh. And like you have to taste it for yourself, but does this work for me? Because many people on the outside kondo, he has this, and sometimes when you start to dig into things, you find that then you start to feel okay. Now I've like being in a rat hole, basically.
Yeah.
So now I have to take myself out and like regenerate, like, okay, what can be like alternatives to this? Because if this girl is telling me, yo, you need you this, like I need to attend to that. And I'm quite thankful to the failed relationship because I'm figure up and like, yay. Yes, but that was it for this ultimate one, because with this one, we're taking it to the moon. Because she has succeed, Alia, because she's the one behind my success, dog, and she blessed me. Like, people need to understand that the moment someone gives you a child, bro, that's a blessing. Yeah, bona, dog, and like in a short space period of time, and this was you took my mother. Like, that's not your place as well. Well, this was the responsibility I was ready for. But I always know that battles
For sure.
he put me in this position for this. I was like, okay, I need to like tune myself up so I can be up for this. So I was like, no, man, I need to live as close as possible to like that inner voice, man, because that inner voice is like my God, bro.
Sure.
And it was telling me things about certain people, but you can't build it. Yeah, but this one is not good for you. And it was hard because like 14, 15 years, yeah, but now you start adopting different mindsets. Like, these are the people you have to leave behind. Sometimes you are going to be the only one on the boat.
Yeah.
Because all the shit you're going to be doing is going to be boring to them. And trust me, that's the fire.
Remember growing up, there was this saying, if you're not losing friends, you're not growing.
Yes, brother.
But when we were young, we didn't understand.
How can you lose your friends?
But when you reach a certain age, uyabona nawe no man. Ezinye izinto nabanye abantu. One man. Hey. Hey, bro. You're gonna die. You're not gonna die with your body. So, I decided to after I should find myself a best friend.
Yeah.
But luckily, best friend it came by big girlfriend. Because like, like we started our thing 2020 during
COVID-19.
Yeah, basically, I think it was June 2020. But yeah, like I knew her like from 2017. Because
so you've been knowing her?
I dated her before.
Okay.
Like for a year or so, and then we broke up because of my stupidity. You know, I was growing up. I was in that like stage. 18, 17. Like because it was 2017. I was turning 18. You know that all that.
Shout out to you for that self-awareness as well, for that self-accountability. About you were at that age now. Like, okay, now I got more experience. Come on, come on, come on. I'm not that boy that plays anymore now.
Yeah, you all away, but you won't learn. It comes with the pressure, you know, growing up, mama chita, you smoking, everything. So like, balisa, bye. Okay, machita, this weekend, everyone nobani. The next weekend, I'm with ubani. The next weekend, kanye phone nobani.
Sure.
Stuff like that. So when I was doing metric 2016, yeah. So like it's here like our life choices. So there's this program which we were in. So from grade 11 to grade 12. So they participate on posting our self-esteem, you see, and giving us extra classes. So we attended there on Saturday, every Saturdays. So there was this one particular Saturday that we sense a way like to take a pill. Like you wake up like it's a Saturday. Beautiful day like this one, bro. Like the sun is out. Come on. We like say, this one's gonna be a good day for me. Get on the bus. Ifike bhayisikele. Caba excel umnana yena uze ngequantum thina senge bus. So ibus iqokelela around Kukulethu Mining Park Athlone. And then quantum ithatha around Khayelitsha, Mfuleni, Luzuko, all the stuff, Philippi. So sitibana kule landuza kule Saturday. I was like, man, benale feeling man. But this is gonna be a good day, but and Gaibo in London so far I'm here.
You're waiting for this.
Like there was this gut feeling, but it's gonna be a good day. Like it's either like uzomita someone they tell them the same thing. Like say guys, feeling man. Like say today is gonna be a good day. It's a Saturday. Like about Saturday, I think it was January. Because I was doing my metric, but okay, I wanna focus this school. Nothing else, no girls, nothing. Because it's prior to that, you meet in Anchola now, we went to grade 11. Take and figure grade 12 and they kick.
Yeah.
Same school, but you know, big grade before me. Grade 12, 2016, they kick. I told myself, I'm single. Because not like I was smart in school, but I never had difficulties.
Yes,
I've always passed when it comes to studies. So I say all it was like what's up? Grade 12 is not a child's play. I was like arrogant most of the time. I've never failed even a single a single term. How can I pass all from grade 8 to grade 11 and then I failed grade 12? How is that possible? And then, but the subconscious was telling me something. There are people that fail to grade 12. I'm just gonna write and pass.
Which is you had to keep that outcome of defeat in mind, regardless of the many wins that you've had previously. Because passing can make you arrogant. Winning. Can be arrogant, and then next thing.
and then there was that pressure. But except everyone, there's no one that failed grade 12 here. So you can't fail grade 12. We're not asking you, we're telling you, bro. You can't fail grade 12, bro.
Only in the black community, dog. Nah, no stress. Our problems are not even unique, dog.
Every household. Imagine back in the day, they had newspapers.
Except, bro.
You can't lie, baby, bro. So you there. You can't lie.
You see, bro. Times are changing. So long you can just SMS and then you get
not anybody can get that access.
So like I was on that pressure, but I say, man, I need to change, man. What if, grade 12 doesn't give you like second chance.
And that time is short, bro.
And then imagine like regrets when you feel you'll be like, see, if if I use that time, I want the library. If I use that time, the study, you see that you can't.
I like that we actually have the same thing in common when we were in matric.
Yes, bro.
Oh, weird, dog.
That's a mindset you gotta have.
Yo, bro.
You're right, parents, auntie, uncle, book sending a message. I'm sad. Not to hope. Like, that's real, bro.
That's it.
Family, kaloku.
Imagine. So, yonke la pressure. January 2016 matric. Komba man, here let me cut ties with Nalumdano because ingekho future kazathi. We were just there. Kula. I mean, like I was 17
at
on
the time.
2016 doing my matric. As the youngest in my class, one of the youngest, 17, 30.
17 in matric. Yeah.
I wasn't even 17 at that time. I started when I was 16 because my birthday.
Oh, you were turning 17.
Turning 17.
Sure.
I was still 16.
Bruh.
I was in class with people who were 21, 20, 19, 30. I was young. Remember, nothing. And exposure to alcohol, just usele nje kuba kusemini and then ufike phako kwenu.
But that's also something lucky, dude, for you to like get exposed to that thing after 16 because a majority of like Tina dog, like 12, 13, bro.
Yeah,
like I was in grade 7 seeing people like doing Mandrax. I didn't even know what Mandrax was, bro. And years later, I'm gonna see how detrimental this drug is, dog. But hey, as a new way, I'm quite glad that at least like we got exposed to it. We saw like the damage, and we got to rectify it because you have yourself to be accountable too, Fit. Because you are the person who ends I love it, and I miss him. My mom used to say, "I love him."
Lucky. You spend your last cent, bro.
That's when you know you're addicted to it.
There's nothing.
More like pumpkin.
Yeah, but ecological, how you see how it's not even logical to do that. Like I remember years. But people do it.
Yeah, it just shows man and I it's on a like psychological level as well. To see about how now it basically like plays on the people's sufferings in many instances because now awukwazi ngokufika even to a place where you can distinguish, is this habit like ruining me? Like, is it making me lose people? Because alcohol was like that. I had to stop it. Because now it became a point where I was ruining your relationships. And it's either I continue this because I didn't like the person that I was, or like, nah, if something doesn't stick, like, stop with it. And I couldn't be like mad at myself. Why don't I get an opportunity to drink? I'm like, fuck, nigga, you become an asshole when you drink. Like, stop that, bro. Like, no one wants to be around you because you're another person. Like, as a new even, they're not good for you, stay away from them. And I started also staying away from people, like, made it cool, but no, dog. How come, Johnny? Zilubusha bethu. But yo, dog, babuyazi, fethu. Ngifuna bagranda abanye abantu. Kake ngoku I'm gonna, like, mess up things seriously. Whereas again, like, when you literally sit with yourself and know, but nah, bro, like, you're gonna spill things. So you get to a place where you are negotiating with yourself, like, dog, nah, man, I'll no runishes way. Like, put this aside. And that made me a better person. I'm not saying by everyone must quit alcohol or do that, bro, but like, a habit and the things that it's doing to you. You mustn't get to a point where I know everything is irrigation, health, and like I've said that to a lot of people. You don't need to go ruin yourself for you to want attention. Like, speak.
Sure.
Sikho for a reason. We are people as well. Like, people think they're immune. Like, no, positive and a positive loan. Now I go through raindrops, dude. Yeah, but call up my people today out here. I'm going to order of the day, bro. And he has words from me as well, the same way that I do. And they tell me about especially motivator and all that because they can tell. Yeah, but like have those kind of people that can be able to see by his spirit is low now. Let's raise him. My best friend was like that, especially like Kalengonyag. He comes a week after my birthday, my daughter's birthday. He comes on my birthday. Previous year, if we can Christmas, it was in Patalika. And like, I didn't see him for a few months. But like, bruh, do you know how much you've been on my head? But like, bruh, there are days where you wake up and you expect to see people and this nigga just comes. Finally, like this past week. And he kept on telling me, yo, bruh, I'm glad. From high school, we still have that relationship, bruh. Irregardless of your uncle. And so I'm like big on people like that. Like, they see through your uncle that you're going through. But like, dog. They go through difficulty as well. But we need help, dog. We're still trying to figure ourselves out. And the mere fact that we can like commit ourselves to relationship, it says something big. You've won in many different aspects in that kind of way. Like, give yourself a pat and a cheering and applause, dog, because no one gets this opportunity for to like do things that they say, nah, I'm not possible of doing all these things because kwale awuyeki fethu these internships anophumeskela ngoku kwabantu abazincamileyo fethu, and we are not in that game. We are in the elevation and motivation game. Do what you can with what you have, bruh, but also acknowledge, like, sir, help those who are also around you, because it's gonna be nice fethu when we all like succeed fethu. And we won't come to dog. Everyone has their own family, because it's sustainability. Because once you create like consistency, now you have a person that can be able to protect like a legacy, and not this thing that a lot of people out here are on. Because my best friend was like, man, like, yeah, bruh. We have to move this shit forward, bro. Because now I won't be able to like forgive myself. Kudala too much, bro. Yamanabando telling me all these different kind of things, but if I chose to believe them, I'm not here. Because the devil has tried many times, but he's never succeeded. He never will. God is always working harder, nigga, every single day. And every day there's breath. We are not done. We are not done.
There's still more coming.
Yeah, there's still more, because awukwazi unikela itheko, dog. Like lo life, kuyokafuneke nandi ngawunikwa ngomnye. Ndizinike mna and fight for it, because 10, 20 years I'm gonna be like, thank you, bro. You stuck through. You kept the right people, and most of all, you embraced people. I'm a people's person, and we must give credit where it's due. People are doing well, bruh. They don't need to be seen on TV doing all this. No. We're talking about that internal validation. We're like, bruh, you've won, dog. Many, many times. Every time I'm born, he's won. He's won. He's won. It also makes me focus on my winning as well. Because once I can be able to admire and see, now I'll get an opportunity to be like, let me look at what's going good for me. Then I hit up Soongs. Soongs, as the episode, yes, Boba says, and don't, reach us to. Every single applause, we take nothing for granted. We celebrate every small win, brother. We celebrate that. No, we won. Why? Because my best friend was like, my chongi, they're still battling with themselves. But you, like, no, this is me now.
Pick up so now for starting that, because I call you.
It's not you.
That's the first thing. Because once you call it, you're continuation. Just about 10 years now, 5 years, 10 years. Who knows?
Yeah, it's gonna be very, very beautiful also to admire, my bro. Because now you get to like look at like phases of yourself. There are times where you didn't believe. Like, okay, didn't believe, I'm gonna believe on my behalf as well. Like, do it for the self, man. Because I know also my mother would be proud of all the things I've been doing. She didn't like fully like was into it. Because I remember this one time trying to get into meditation, early days songs. Yeah, boy, and my mother is like, no, Nez, like, yo, my mom is shitting on me, but like, I'm taking God. Now it came to a place where every time she hears those sounds now, I was like, yo, Tando is fixing his mind. Tando is fixing his mind. Then one day she starts sitting here, telling her, "Malo tata man and see vuteta sadkuru gelo." Like, okay, she starts sitting down, and then these are like the later days. And it was so beautiful to admire. When you are busy trying to form a new habit, it's about corner phase. Like the universe was delivering people, bruh. Especially about Matandai. Like, it's how you are playing inside. It's routine. And then every time they redirect, like, this is the universe testing me whether I still want this. Like, go back to it. Because when I'm like, I couldn't do even 5 minutes, bruh. Yeah, boy, it didn't because there's too much chatter. And then eventually I had to calm myself down. Like, and this is then in some kind of way, I get to entertain, like, what would I like to
hear?
Yeah, like to hear. Because sometimes as tuning into your thoughts as it, we have them on autopilot. We're like, oh, I'm done in Kalikak. And then we all was later. I want to be calling million. Oh, thought, which is how many good shit that gets to pass our mind that we disacknowledge. That's the thing I don't want you to acknowledge, because there's a lot of good things that are also happening. Like, people are happy. The world is improving. As much as Koko complain, and like, it's easy for you to hate these days. Yeah, but it's hard for you to love, because love entails you need to be vulnerable. You need to surrender, my bro.
Yeah,
Surrender, Leah, because that's basically like opening yourself up and be like, whatever happens, happens.
Exactly.
And it's a very strong emotion, bro. And it's not man-made. It comes from God. And it's the thing that is going to save us. A lot of people need to learn how to love themselves so that they can be able to like be in relationships, because, hey, they're missing out, bruh. They're missing out, bruh. There are things that we didn't get to see about ourselves that we are. Yeah, but and also to the person who's onlooking, because we also like a double opinion to be like, nah, man, as much as we get to see these toxic things, hey, and that idea, we are constantly like reinforcing it in their heads, and it must be natural, bruh. That's what I've seen with you.
That's why now that I decided to commit, because I see by Excel the way I'm a chairman, like it doesn't help anymore.
Mess up to the psyche, bro. Hey, the mental
like
health.
Out of fashion, that's like, bro.
It's more cool to have a relationship.
My nigga. Like, I always told myself now, growing up, I say, I don't see myself with the imate one.
Yeah.
All of that shit. But I say, I'm an imate one, Johnny. Like, like, how? Like,
how do you satisfy all that hunger, bro?
Because like,
but I understand along the way to let's like also go deeper into that ngabantu who decided Londo. Like, it's people. Ngabantu, it's like a set of people, because ideas here to, first of all, we export them to the outside. We let other people think for us. Like, a man should think like this, a woman should think like this. A man must. Guys, we get too caught up into zonke zinto, and we forget they don't come from where. You're just a follower.
As existed, that's like.
It's a real life. When you look at real life as the way social media. It's another game.
They mean nothing, bro. Who cares about posting in the See, as a lot about you just dress up and do all like the things people do to like live a double life, bro. Like, fake is the new real now.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, bro.
People wanna look cool all the time. What they mean?
How sad is that, man? Like, I always like admire Lawe, because they ask, but bullshit can get you to the top, bruh, but it won't keep you there. Lawe is a crumblisha eventually, bruh, like good people. Like, I've lost them in that kind of instance.
Yeah.
And it's funny that you can use a trick on a person who's always like looking out for themselves as well. Because sometimes you can be blinded in loving someone, and they're not good for you. You get too infatuated, and I had to move. Then I born up immaturity in me. I don't want to lie. The fact that I could be able to distinguish why you can love a person, but also they cannot be good for you.
Sure.
No matter how much because lam do fit has devious things about you. I need to be able to be with a person that cares about my future, not just about me. And not just about little relationships, like something much bigger than that.
Sure.
And you find hey, some people are not attached, bro, to like themselves, dog. Even to like avail themselves to that kind of way. Because you are in each other's world to be like, bruh, keep giving me more of this goodness. I need to see more of that. And I'd rather tune into that kind of thing on social media, because people blame you. Yeah, well, why are you not putting the mask? Because I decide to. It doesn't benefit you putting a mask on, and we learn these traits when we are young, and we think we're going to be functional adults. It doesn't work that way. So now I have to think about, in my 30s, do I still have the same attitude? I can't, brother. So you can't move like that, man, as people. So saving yourself, ultimate. You are your own hero.
Sure.
Whatever happens, bro. And yeah, you were telling me about your girlfriend, dog.
Yeah, so that's it. Like, prior to relationships, I always like the problem, like always. Oh, like I say in the cause breakups, yeah, from 2014, my first relationship. So when I met this girl in 2016 metric, remember the story I was telling? So yeah, 2016, I met this girl like there was like something like different, like really different. So Sabanale friendship for like 4 to 5 months. like from ngala January to like June buso like started phoning all the stuff man sibonana na Saturdays. Remember when uhlala emfuleni and I'm in Cokes. So there's this long distance relationship thing, but I can be a relationship, but one talking stage.
Still trying to figure out a friendship.
Yeah, but like like he was in like, and then I came with this character like
Oh, sell a dream. Oh, yeah.
Selling
Selling a dream.
Oh, she has a tactic.
Yeah.
It's a tactic you use as men.
Yeah, it's same.
I didn't even recognize that shit, bro. Like I came with, I was a different human being that you like but character. You see character yomchita ba ekuse ngomchita onjani, how indlela endenza ngazo izinto yabo, but not knowing ukuthi really lo nchita like when esegooks wenza kanye
when you can maneuver, can have a side if you want.
Bro, because I don't wanna lie to like nani mncane lo mntana kakhulu like because I remember like fumana kwami number yakhe, I didn't even have a phone at that time yabo, and then the airtime number yakhe ngifuni old.
So the lady got the messages pops up in there.
I'm only 16 bro that time.
Only 16, okay. I understand.
Like and yazi kwenza njani because ngiyafuna uncokola nomntana but anafone yabo. So I had to add number yakhe ngifoni old. So it continued and then upon bonise khona ba ekuse really lo mntana like she's really into me. Remember like I saw the dream like the portray character.
Sure.
So yena start like character like ekuse you okay lo mchito fascinating man like nendlela enza ngazo izinto like so and so, not knowing when I'm in Cokes like ndenza remember uhlala emfuleni
Kunyuka mampet.
So uqala kwamurealize ba ekuse man no ngumnana friend. That's when he birthday on July 17, 2016. So it was on a Sunday, I remember. So remember at that time, like you don't have your own space, your own privacy.
Still living under
your mother's shelter. So it's
yeah.
Trying to find out like say, man, because it tells us that it's my birthday, my sister's unborn, like it's a Sunday. And then I thought, hey, Kaya, like there's people, man, like I can't ever go to my house. Like, okay, like come okay, as in doing. If ufikile I will take care himself back to mall man yabo KFC nje sihlale phanga phakathi like few hours then sendphinde ndimkhaphe anyana afike nyana girl. That's when I realized by ekuse lo mntwana encane lo like from emfuleni all the way like uniphathele presents yonke way like way like
ile yonke la yicela effort bra.
Imagine it's my metric year that when I mentality musman like say no girls nothing like studies
and then it's not different.
You know that thing you're talking about like studies no girls is hard because I also had that mentality. I ended up covering similar things. It's like you can't
like
just when I want to quit
like nothing he was my why like extend this galera by except but unika oyena like nam ndiyambona ba this one if I mess up that it's grand umntana like so we dated kunyaka until 2017 ke ngoku sendiphumile I passed my matric with the help yakhe that she was all the way. It's like never need her at that time.
Great man, there's a great man.
Imagine that ndabhala ndapasa ndenzeka ke ngoku like I have to get i-results zami. But ke ngoku I don't know about how but ndixelelwa nguwe ba ekuse man mamela man there's this thing yabo yasefowunini yabo you can do SMS don't and then they will send
results.
Yeah. Andito okay mamela anafone man ngicela undenzele. Imagine you asking your girlfriend to check your results. To see your results.
I book with the telephone.
Imagine the eyes.
Imagine if you go F or can you H or can you see that like like I would say like in the funde a lot with it. like yena ebefuna clients like mina ngifunda hapha most around this girl befuna back home, so nginayo la privilege to go to ilandoza ne-material schools, although benifuna, but I understood like the situation esekhaya.
Sure, bro.
So naziqalela amanzi pasa, and then pasa kwam, and then maybe like go to university and stuff like that. So lo mnana ndimsendele all my details, yabo, examination number, all my stuff.
Life wakho
Wonke. Imagine, asikaqina nyaka sijola nalo mnana, but yeah, that was the energy and stuff, like indlela esaseclose ngayo. Anyani andenzele le way lo mnana yabo ngefoni yakhe. After andiqalele ke ngathi okay, uyifumene code yabo. Into ezakwenzeka like they will send the results in few minutes yabo. Dithatshwe nguye ke, hey, exam mamela upasile man. I was like, yeah, pasile. Like ngaphakathi I knew uba ndipasile, but I didn't know which symbol yabo. It's either nguphi, nguthi, nguntoni. Athi ndibuze ke mna ke ndipase njani. Ethi hayi lo mntana usebenzele because ekuse ithi ntontoni ibachelor yabo. So which nguphi. Like I was like, yo le lifuna tathi, yo le nsebenza benifuna nyani. Athi lo mntana i-results izawusendwa within 24 hours, like to see uba upase njani, like
so that you can see the subject.
And stuff like that. Inyani next day andisendele nyani ezwe. That's when ke ngoku decided uba okay ndiyozithatha yabo esigela for sure. Esigela, and then 2017 ke ngoku, that's when I applied CPUT for electrical engineering, in 2017. Not that like ndandincane or stuff like that, but I didn't have any like.
Oh, that's what you go through.
Yeah, you see, bro. Like,
no, if I could tell you about myself, I did after matric.
Exactly, bro.
I didn't know. I didn't know how to. It messed me up. I understand.
Once you go in there, you didn't even know. Yeah, dog.
Exactly. That's it.
But yeah, you wanted something, and then turn around way back. You
see, because like we like they say involved in a sister at that time, because she was at the CPUT at the town at that time. Yeah, boy, she was doing the final year at that time, 2017. So like I was busy asking her all the stuff. Like say I applied, and then but in CT, what are you saying when they said like provisionally accepted? They want your results. Okay, what step do I need to take? All that stuff. She was there helping me. Imagine sister you need, older sister.
That means we like family
inside. Remember, limeti ihlala emfuleni. Akapart nothing. Like on the weekends, she's at home. Like the time on. Yeah. Like Tatake was into it, so he was very straight. Very protective. Like every time, even Abulapa, like she came to
daddies are like that, very protective of the daughter.
She will use it come up and then come back to me. And then Tata will see by saying 5. Where are you? I go like any call. Like where are you? Tata, I'm stuck in the door and it takes quite as well. Hey, funding boo, I was like, man. Like which means way to like
you ask us in a sugar goes or progress just go. You are my cribs, the architect is.
Imagine.
They fabricate shit. Next thing you find out, no, you were part of the scam.
So with the help of sister, like now accepted, that's not color, but that color late, like round about how much. That's when we started, like our first day university. Like now, I'm taking a gap year this year. But the car, they were putting pressure about how the results are like are brilliant for when like never like inside. Pagat. Like now I was getting that pressure by who's it man? I need to anya sister I can plug in in pagat. But the catch game was that I didn't have funding. And as far as like, and there was like with the application, but someone approved. So I was in without the funding. So in their phone that like there was this thing, feels must fall. Education is free. But education is free. yabo siyangena not knowing uyangena but you are owing you are in debt that
yes, I'm still working it out.
you see
Yes, I'm gonna pay you guys.
like when you see like ilanduza yakho like if zakho 22,000 6 months 22,000 and you do another 6 months I say that's 40 something you need to stay a res 55 year old res because apartment you home leya
Theni bengabalisela yabona mama bethu dala
electricity free water free electricity
there was this one board there's a pool and everything.
you see bro 55 or 50 a year
That was people from Durban.
you see bro and
they come from other
living
provinces.
and then you down. I'm from flipping Cape. I'm from in my town, my city, but
that's another aspect that you just highlighted now about how a lot of people from the outside of our province are having the nicest time, and yet people that were born here, we struggled. Asazi nix, bro.
Except bro, you kanjani like you travelisha
like there's ein Kappa. There's one price.
Yeah.
Close. Ein Kappa mji. Athi kuse bo wacha bona buyela pha yo.
Yeah.
Why do I have to go to this I used to stand every day behind you.
But I money because we'll have Cape Town.
There's no space. They were lying. There's no space.
Hey, kukhona scams ezinye zaphuma phela
I
khumbula.
remember this one guy is pretty. This guy was in front of the line, EFF guy.
You know
she's bad, bro. Can't say nothing. That man don't say fuck of this one Guineas.
this is a benefit.
Goes out the door, bro. Yo.
Pretty privilege.
Life, you see real life.
These are easy sometimes.
Bravo,
See the whole life. Yo. Sure. Slay Queen, and they spend bands on her, bro. Lashes.
Yeah.
Kaloku varsity you can wear however you
Exact.
like.
Heels, exact.
You have a excess of wonderful.
Heels, bro.
What about the Kenya's models? How are you going to concentrate in class?
These girls get fixed by like marks and don't know. I was like, you. I'm too broke to be here.
Bruh, you know that's the other thing that I also went through, bruh.
Another story.
Sorry, bruh.
That was told by my lecturer. So it lecture, my maths lecturer is from like Congo, like he's very smart, that guy, Mr. Chiteng. So he tells his story, so Skatatawak, his father. So his father was studying I don't know by UTAPS or Usuke from a Congo and then comes to study here in South Africa and then by UCT or whatever. But at the time when he was there, Kanga focused on girls. He was there to study only.
Yeah.
Not that being as born meet like as born as meet. So like you can see like you see like I'm too broke to be here. Unfit.
Yeah, how am I going to be able to entertain this girl?
You know what you remind me of? The era go back in 2020. This rugby guy is my friend and he's a rugby player in the school.
Yeah.
CBT or Angeful. So much that he knows these girls. Before he showed me his phone, he was like, look at that girl sitting at that cafeteria.
Yeah.
How shall when it feel? And I'm like, oh, you're wrong. You unborn is to follow us 50K.
Yeah.
You are, that's why
yeah.
I want to
Calling players or
I being a female, bro.
Yeah. That's another tough aspect.
Man.
And in a way that we also trying to have on the podcast as well, bro. We're trying to have like more women, like being themselves. It was not just like go understand like what's the thinking towards that. Because abantu are so ashamed of into bayenzayo dog, and also they are so ashamed of being judged. Umdalibal ba yo imeko yakasiyazi. Asiyazi what you are facing. And at the end of the day, it's better that sibe enlightened sizazi this way, so that we don't get to be in spaces where we talk about things that we don't understand. We hear it from the person's mouth. And I think that's partly why songs people have been scared like to be on the podcast. Because they watch other podcasts and they have these expectations about when you on the podcast you're supposed to have this kind of thing.
But you know what that thing told me? Like say I judged the book by its cover because apparently that girl wasn't like a virgin. But she was a student, but she was too goddamn fine, bruh. And she was known. Come on, there's a place I'm finding out she's only a second year. So she's not that old. 21.
Still,
You high up like that you every day you pull up to school, you see new people, and it's mostly girls. You see
That's
new
true.
girls. That's why I saw by say in the world there's more women
than men,
Yo, bruh.
You everywhere.
For every man,
And then
there's
I don't
two
understand
women.
like Amachita who are single and then they're like,
I don't like a machita.
how? Like,
You know one thing that I've always said, machita, we need to go to this lungi, say guys. Like the way that they present themselves to be nice for us, we also need to do the same thing. And I think that's partly why there's this abuse culture that is being pushed down across like a majority of men. It's because men don't want to be learn how to be men.
Sure.
You need to be good at excelling at being a man. You need to be attractive for the opposite sex, bruh.
Sure.
Jani, bruh. 2 times the population more than Tina. Come on, figure it out. And you know about women is it's not that they don't like you, bruh. Bruh, they will tell you about Mamela out here, fix this. They see that as offensive.
Yeah,
Trust me, I
like,
went through a
you
lot of
can't tell me what to
relationship.
do,
Like,
me,
like, bruh,
You
that's
guys
love,
getting
G. Lutano,
She's
that's
building
grooming.
you,
Yeah, we
yeah.
are build.
now you're cool.
Now, so now, let me make myself presentable for that. And I see like value in a lot of those encounters that I had as well with that kind of thinking, especially towards the relationship that I'm in, bro. I'm like, I'm trying to make sure, but I bring success to it. I know, but are gonna be like a downfall, but trust me, bro. This is the one I'm willing to break backs for. When they understand about it was all like a lead up, so that I eventually get to this place. And being an example, I want to go through the same shoes as my mom, bro. I want to own a family. I want to have a car. I want to experience all of that, bro. But I want to do right where she did wrong. Because I'm so interested in like people must let me know of how my mom touched them, bro. Like good, bro. Because I'm still here of it. I came from her at the end of the day. I have her blood, her DNA running through my vein, and my father's as well, bro. Like people that still live can't deprive me of that. And it's a conversation like I've had with myself. Like my dad owes me one thing. He just must tell me about where do I come from. He must tell me about where he comes from. That's the one thing that he owes me, bro. Because I'm very big now on preserving his name. I can't like disacknowledge, but for years, you were not there. I can't go back to that. Like I can't live from that anymore. Because look at what God did. Gave me a child. Like, okay, now you're in the position to rectify that. You see, I can't make the same mistake that he did because he left his family. Like, can I be angry at that? Yeah, but you eventually have to go over it. Like, God is going to put you in that position. Like, you're an adult now. Are you going to make the same stupid ass decision? I could have done zonke as a dog, but at the end of the day, I'm not preserving myself. And the potentially, because God gives you that, and then you don't take care of it, He takes it away. Yeah, well, next thing, you are around nihilism. You don't think about your own, but the people that are in my life, bruh, they are pillars. My girlfriend to my friends, they are pillars, bruh. And I let them know, oh God, they are pillars. Not because I want them to glow, but it comes from the bottom of my heart. I've lost too much, bruh, not to like let people know how much they mean to me now. The same way that you mean to me as well, bruh.
Sure.
So like get into the habit. I let them know, bro. Because it's not guaranteed to nobody. With the unfortunate thing, it's not set in stone. But most importantly, I protected myself with those decisions. Now I don't have a mom. But I don't tell myself, I must go ruin my life now. I can't do that, bro. With that audacity, man, shout out to the developers, man. I just made sure I took that constructive criticism.
Sure.
Because the first person who like became on the interviews, now he didn't believe, but say, are we really doing this? Because I've been telling him, yo, bongo, dog, because like I need to like take my podcast to the next level. I can't be reading out on shit for the next season. Because I was like, first 2 seasons, but I was like, no, I suphelela up. So I had to do something about it. And then I decided to Kalapanza. I was like, okay, let me just have a chat with my friends and like see like the influence that I have in their life. So it became Indonesian. It became something so amazing, dog. And I found out I'm interested in people really. And London, it also gave me an opportunity for people to be interested in themselves because get to see who is this person, what do they love, what have they been through, what is driving them, like many things that I didn't like take into account. Because I used to ask myself, life in and all those kind of things. But then I started to get to a place where I had to do things consciously. And then these people, they started to see, but nah, man, there's something great in you, dog, and you need to tend to it. And I became good at that because they kind of like also led me to me. But you keep on doing this. Sometimes you're not going to be for everyone. Like, don't expose yourself to that. So, like, okay, there are those who are going to give me the criticism, but criticism be constructive that you need to work on. And the dude was like, nah, your editing game is not that ups, and so on. Like, this is exactly what we wanted. So obviously, when someone tells us that, we were expecting that. I could have like, fuck man, I can't do this because hey, I was circling a big ngale app. Hey, nakhatha ndiyathi. Sometimes ndiyangcola, sometimes ndenza yonke loo nto. Until eventually I was like, stick nale way, dog. Izawufika ixesha where you're gonna figure it out. Then what I did, before I even started season 3, I used to do voice notes, like 10 minutes voice notes to my friend, motivating them. Yabo. Kana ndizazi uba ndiyazipreparisha for yonke la way. Like, ungathatha away and you go practice on them because that's you. And then that's where I started to gain the confidence, the cutting, sinetile, yabo, uhlisa, like equalize, and all those things, like balancing vocals, and
even as a short videos, I was in 62.
Yeah, is a way, the one who's taking the shots. Sometimes it's me who's doing the editing, when's the editing, like even this long form, but we try to like differentiating a content yet so that we make it accessible. Abanye abantu bathanda long term, abanye bathanda short term, abanye we want to give them like a bridge. In order for you to mess up with the long things, start with the short form. Abusibone for 30 seconds. This is interesting. I want the full video, and then you go on to our other page. We will like hook, line, and sink, and that is what you were doing. Credit to him as well. Credit to myself as well, and thank you to you as well for like noticing. Because my best friend was like that. Yo, bro, I thought y'all post and but go machita. Y'all are taking it to another level now.
Because I haven't called my first notice a page post like always like motivational like quotes like it's narrate but khona mani quote yanstraka because like this guy khona does a lie man but then I started seeing your clips when you post his stories like 30 minutes, 30 seconds, 30 seconds, 30 seconds. They're like, hey, I'm interested, man. That's it.
This is exactly what we were talking about in the songs, brother.
Yeah.
That's intentional. Thank you, my brother, for also noticing that as well, because that's really intentional. That's really intentional in terms of how do we get for you to like have an ear. First of all, siqala sukudika uqonda hey kuninza posters so uzobona la sign you-one because umjithu nalawe that is sometimes ungathi ayisipand day it's working. It probably
even
is,
ujonge reaction. Abantu they see it.
When I make it available. Kind of beauty about it. Go get analytics. That's bonus. We swiped up, we swiped down. Bano click and interesting shot. The analytics can go yes, bonus about okay. Now what we can do is we can start to have an impact by focusing on what we have power over. our power is the ability to sell what we are making. And we are basically selling motivation.
Sure.
Yeah, but the same way that brands are trying to imprint themselves into your head, so that McDonald's,
Sure.
fast food, KFC, we're trying to be like that. Come with something new, which is we're trying to add another part of you that you didn't know does exist. Because we are in the colonization game, we're trying to dominate like in Mondo, in terms of go and question the things that you've been refusing. And you will find that you're gonna have strength once you start to like, hey, I've been giving my fears too much power now. So we go with that element, whether sukushaya audio, sukushaya video, sukushaya picture, okanye noba sukubetha ngegif, noba indoni. Because every tools that we have available to us, we are still learning it. And then as we're learning it, we're fine-tuning it. And as we are learning, we're becoming better at it. We're getting more feedback. Because at the end of the day, we have people like you who genuinely listen to the information. We're like, brah, I can tell a difference. I can tell this. Because the dude was like, no, take out umculo, the background music. We need to hear the people. Yeah, but take out so you have to learn from your own mistakes as well. Because it sounded nice. Then eventually it becomes, okay, how do we add our own touch? So that now, whenever I see it in Endwetil, so now you would hear words. Next thing, which means you don't even need to put the volume on to hear my voice.
Subtitles.
Yeah, but that's another way for me to hook you. Yeah, but to do that Spotify for podcasters video. Go check this on Spotify. With that aspect, Nati, dog, we have to not to rush ourselves as well. Because now I'm been situ like we songs a few weeks ago, but I'm only starting to discover Instagram. Like a lot of things I'm doing, I'm new to them. I won't act like I've got this on grip. Nah. I am learning as I'm going because in the Itanda land, because now I'm challenging all beliefs. And you as a person must get into an emphasis and a loop of trying to do that all the time. Like challenge your old beliefs. Because nothing new Gogo can be formed if you are still hanging on to the habits of the old. Uzohlala pa and keep on thinking, nah man, I cannot do this. And yet I'll put out anything. And when you put out anything, at least there's some reaction. But hey, excel it out, accept, and then you buy a replica, and then it becomes a norm now. But okay, now he's building his own empire. So it becomes a point where now when you want motivation, you just come to my page.
I wanna like the audience cool, like come on Australia, like outside, like South Africa and stuff.
Yeah, but Ian booster la way. Even though as now, but at the end of the day, kukhona abantu who are willing to support us. The mere fact that the algorithm yayithatha into kuyoyibeka kwenye country, it's so big for me. I think ngenye indlela that I've also like programmed myself to say you are already winning.
Sure.
The mere fact that you are always like about making sure but this product is there, availability, benchilo. That is what do I have control over? It's me.
And the consistency. Been a lot on this day, like I always like
every Wednesday. And this is gonna be the first full year. Yeah, well, we're gonna go back now December. Said, yeah, that's chilo. But we're not gonna stop here. And because it's on us, dog, it's like if future lesi funai my bekuuti, dog. And sizawudibana nezinto. That's why like I want people to come out now. Like stop sitting there with your good stuff in you, man. Come out. Let us see. The world is already gonna judge you. Yeah, well, the world is judging me as well. I don't care, bruh. Like every gay person had to go through you think everyone believed in Zuckerberg? Everyone believed in Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and all these niggas? Nah, they didn't need nobody to believe in them. They only believed in themselves. Yeah, well, that's why we call them, this nigga's crazy. This nigga is crazy. We're like, dog, look at what he did. He wouldn't be crazy if when they young land and it. Yeah, man, first they call you crazy, then they call you genius. Because you eventually that phase has to stop to say, nah, he's not crazy now. Hey, this fucking nigga is a genius.
He's moving.
Look at him, he's doing all of this under this. And even the best friend, they're eternal with the fact that he's like, bruh, and also the fact that you have also had like an impact on other people and to like bring umchita into your like, bruh, because he's also got his thing. Now he's pushing with YouTube, and Naomi also gave me like accessibility to other worlds to say, yo, Tati, we can jump on YouTube, we can do this. Like I can take footage of you, I can do this. And zonke ezawe catalog so that we can look back and say, hey, nansi le minyaka sasiqalisa. Nansi le minyaka. We're gonna look back on these days, dog. It was been such a good that wow, season 6, we're gonna do full video podcasting. Yazi basihlahlali awari, sine agenda, sine ntoni. So yeah, ngoku saba ku YouTube fully and not just with the audio. So ngezinye izikhathi uzofuna usibona sihleli, sometimes ufuna ukuva, sometimes awukwazi mhlawumbe ubukela, but
Sure.
man, we trying to grow ourselves. End of the year now, I have goals. I want to be, at least I want to own an Apple product, because ndifuna uba ku Apple iTunes, because 70% of abantu that use podcasts yabo in America, because ndikutargetela 400 million America. If I get America in India,
Yeah, Kalela audience.
yeah, I'm done, G. I'm really done. Yeah, I wanna now build the base even from here, because it's diaspora. And the beautiful thing about the internet is it connects everyone. I can be here for you to being support chonguchita. Posted away to is a real talks with YouTube. Someone from Gapaya saying, yo, part 21 was fire. And the way we were so happy, they were like, yeah, bona fetu, umsebenzi wethu, acknowledgement, brother. Gumtu lo ana fetu, who took time. Because we understand that there are 3 billion people every month that are on YouTube. There's a way is this pamandla, but eventually our thing will hook. By the time we hook one, uzongena ka ujonga, you 100 and don't. Can't you get into a loophole. Next thing you get to a point where you're you have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. You have to listen to this. Next thing, like I know this guy. He will put you on. Nah, yabo. Nah, you the dog, because we are in the helping business. Because this is my personal journey. And I'm inspired by a lot of things, dog. I'm inspired by a lot of things. And internally, when you're a fighter, that's one thing that I've seen, and I also love about your clan. I was telling Rutman about there's this normality of always having every different phase of families from your house coming into one area and being in one, and that's value. It still shows you guys haven't lost it. Like your grandfather, which is the father of my father, the values, like the way he talks about him, even Nangog. Yeah, and like abazalbetu, they matter, bruh. Like we must always continue to like keep them in our minds and in a positive aspect, because must protect the that if you went into them, we are not here today. Yeah, I'm thinking man, even no guess.
Yeah.
Guess I was telling him, but yo, bro, you're showing progress, man, but you need to start believing in yourself, bro. Dog, if you don't believe in yourself, it's gonna slay you, bro. Yeah. He's a good dude, bro. Like he needs good people around him, and podcast, putting him in the mindset. But yo, bro, you did yourself like a win. By I'm a big ass if it.
Sure.
Because over social media, but I see the progress, bro. Like if you up, dog, because you literally find out that you're on your own. Your niggas are on your niggas.
That's true.
Yeah, and you find most of them don't even have good family structures. They don't have people that they can like depend on. And in this world, it's dangerous because it came to a sense where one of our people, Saluka, committed suicide.
Yeah.
And that is something still that is a box. I've been telling Abazala because y'all are too concerned about other things that don't matter to them. Like, love your child. Stop wanting your child to be someone else. There's a lot of pressure that our parents are putting on us. And then the worst part of all, they're not in grips with how the world is moving. You see how fast the world is? There are things that are moving left, right, and center. Numchita just last week was saying, I can't even get myself in a place where I say I don't want to have kids. Because low conversation, it frightens my mom. Because you're not realistic about how there are a lot of like relationship is not exemplary. Opportunity to say, I'm still like giving myself opportunity to find good examples of what relationship is and move out of that thing. That is why like I've dedicated myself to learn. So if I'm around with Tati and I see Tati as a family, that's something good. I'm trying to reinforce Lando say Moshagele previously. But abazalbet bane conversation that I have to go to bonabaz maintain. Because now umindela laa nto uba when December comes and other forms of the family meet, unalaa nto kubana they're going to ask umntanakho uphi endaweni ethile. This unnecessary competition instead of working with one another. Because what happens, these same people, they're going to pass on, Koko. Who is going to lead abantwana abashiyekileyo ke ngoku? Because you find ukuthi ngoku bephila laa mntu into hell bent on is to create a division instead of teaching these kids how to love one another. Ba ubani noba i-cousin yakho noba intoni. Like teach me ubani is family. Not uba mandim guilt trip when things are going bad. How ubani wasekhaya. Hi. No, through thick and thin. Through thick and thin, bruh. And what I see in family yakho is beautiful. I tell Utame all the time. One of the most functional families I've seen. And I aspire to that. But I have that kind of conversation. Do hi, nitikai. Imehlo aliphakelani. The beauty is always seen by the beholder.
Short.
Alphakelani. If I decide to see value in that, I see value in that. Don't take it away. Do not take it away. But we need more of that because that is what us black people are about. Who unite. Because by being together to conserve that energy. Because you know what an entire year does to a person? And then just that 1 month, you get to see abantu that love you the same way that you love them. That have the same blood running through your veins. People that are going to not remind you of how worse things have been. Because everyone has families, bro. Everyone has problems. But how about I get home and I get an ability to say, oh, I'm at a place where I know if I'm not good, why? Then I can be able to pour out and not be afraid I'm going to get judgment. Because we have to rebuild yonke le mess bayenze leyo, dog. And it's going to be criticized because ayenzwa ngabo. Ngabo bayimoshileyo. I've said this to many people. If you do not have anything constructive, keep quiet. Simple as that. If you're not going to contribute to making us better, keep quiet. But the least you can do is get your facts straight, Kal, before you attack something. So I highly still respect and also like admire their role as all people because they still have guidance they have to give. No matter we are old, I have my own salary, I have this.
I was going to ask Lawe Nambex, what do you think about old people nowadays? Because I have a certain thought about them.
It's the best of both, I would say, dog, towards that.
But to me, what I've been observing, maybe it's where I'm from. Maybe that plays a huge role because you are away from.
Yeah, G.
But except what I've been seeing, that and they're not setting an example.
A majority of them, dog. You can't look up to them. And on top of that, they do not know what the fuck is going on.
Gotta look for external, like you must look for other examples instead of them.
While they're still here as well. As impossible as that might sound, dog, that's factual. In reality, sometimes it stings, dog. The fact that you would love to have role models, but you find you are the role model. It gets to that point in Goku, but if you don't find good role models, be that. I had to be my own role model in terms of that. Nigga, it's your shit. Sweep it, own it, and do all of that. And having all those girls didn't matter now because I failed school. That was life for me. It was life and death, bruh. And you think there's an adult who's gonna teach me that? All these people are telling me, give the fuck up, bruh. Yeah, but drink and become like us.
You know, like it's crazy. Like with Atomic Habits, no? You see even books, bro, when you read or listen to audiobooks or book, like they say, if you cleaning your house, be a cleaner, make sure except be working for a company, say a shop like say if you painting, be the best painter, make sure that the edges they don't rough up, touching down the plan or anything. Like whatever you do, just accept, be the best of your ability. If you're in fatherhood, make sure that you're the best father.
Aim to excel. Yeah, we talk because there are many different ways that you can be better. It's not just one functionality where you just have you and your girlfriend, like, I just want to be a good boyfriend. What about being a good man to yourself? Exactly. What about being a good brother to your siblings, a cousin? All these other different things. And I understand the society puts these responsibility on you, but you also have the choice to choose. No, this is not mine. This is not mine. And I had to build, not destroy. But a part of what had to be built first had to be destroyed. I was like, destroy the old habits, destroy the old thinking that says, whether you have to get A, B, and C in order for Mama be right. I'm not no grand if I'm not for money, like, no. Faces was in the where are those fears coming from? And I found it was insecurity. I did not have self-confidence. Now, what am I doing? I'm getting to the source. I'm no longer like baffling myself and say, go right, continue and doing this. Because in here, subconscious here to look powerful, it runs our life. 95% of our life is run by our subconscious, and we don't even have control over it. Subconscious to takes record of everything everything that you've seen in your entire life, trauma, happiness, stored there. And you find out as adults, there are parts of things that we didn't deal with when we were young. Then we get to be old and you find, bruh, hey, I come from a lot of trauma. Hey, there's things I need to deal with. And your relationships is in bonus flames. But work on yourself, bruh. Because this was the ultimate one. And again, it's like a hyperbolic chamber. A puma getting a kakarot. Like, the rating. First thing, you lose your mind. It was so puma, just master gone. Gong. Few months later, except COVID-19.
Sure.
PT. Few months later, you're gonna be a father. Responsibility from the get-go. This was like the universe telling me, man. You asked for the path. Now the path is shown to you. Now you must follow the path.
Life in itself is your own master, if you think about it.
Yeah, but dog.
Because like is not easy.
It's not easy, dog. Trust me, it takes hard work. Sometimes you just want to flip and give up, dog.
Yeah.
But you have to think about, Lomdu doesn't know nothing. You know better. So you have to take care of Lomdu, dog. The one thing that I'm also grateful for is I got to see my child from her formation years when she didn't know how to walk and all that. She grew up in front of my eyes. How many men get to do that in this age? Because they're so focused on fighting baby mama and Doni. And like, I give kudos to myself for that, dog. Like, I chose not to have conflict. Because at the end of the day, I'm so glad that my child came at a time where I started to fix myself as well. Like the self, love the self and taking care of that, because I understand what happens to me, I can take it out on someone else as well. I could be raising that child from pain and all those things. Like, no, I deserve it. Like, they deserve the best possible way. That's why I forgave my father a long time ago. I love that man, but he ain't good for me. So I need to be good for myself as well. Sometimes your parents are like that. But I ain't God made him. He made his choices. I need to also make my choices as well, because I'm in the position that he was in. I'm a parent now. Ironically, dog, like we're gonna get to be challenged more often than we think we are gonna be. I'm still challenged because many niggas think, hey, when you changed, like, when you born if it, that changed, been changed long time ago to this girl, bro. Because look at me and what I've been coming because of this girl. You wanna offer me all of this, nigga? Like, niggas are like that, and jealous ngalawe, but bro, this nigga's flourishing, bro. Like, can I have this relationship? Like, nah, you need to work for this. You just can't have it, dog. Yeah, but like, because I was telling Chad about the same thing. Chad also said that, like, your girlfriend is like that gift God sent you, bro. Because we were in high school song. I'm born in high school. We dated once as well. Things didn't work out, but look where we are now. And my mom was very fond of her. And one day she was like, I like this child. Makweti wamlo. And look, she's the mother of my child today. How ironic. God is like that, Joe. God is like that. But everything was preparation. That is what I loved.
Generation
the way they my fast. I think I'm not tuned and says the phone and not talk. The way they so advanced, dog. But yeah, blessings is what I feel. My brother from Zimbabwe, Elson, that's the first thing he said when I told him I'm gonna be a father. He said, children are a blessing from God, bro. So the mere fact that
how did you react to it?
I was very scared, bro. First of all, I was shit scared, nigga. I was like, fuck, how am I gonna do this?
I think in a way, balekisa machita bonke. La pressure and la thought, like same time. You just zoned out.
Yeah, but I like shit, dog. Except like is kaloku ucinga lawe kuba like yonke into iyatshintsha
Yeah.
ngoku, like you can't do certain things. And I think we dwell too much on the negatives ekuqaleni, because that thought was normal. But the other thing was like, it's a win because you have someone who's also like into you, bro. I was like, dude, what do we do? I was like, bruh, whatever happens, I'm gonna support your decision. There's a part of me was like, bruh, can I be able to handle a baby? Can she be able to handle a baby? And it was like, nah, man, we'll figure it out. And then she had support from her family from the get-go. I was like, that's the big dub for me. Her family support structure, boy, regardless of whatever happened. But the way she's been a blessing, go, bruh. We're like, bruh, I don't think I would have lived with myself if I decided otherwise, dog. But I was scared, dog. Part of me was very scared, but later on, I was like, nah, I can figure this out. Because I had to think about being given battles that I could be able to handle. This was the battle. And to me, it felt like a reincarnation of my mother. You lose your mom and then you get a daughter. And yes, for me, it felt like that. Like, okay, you can't cry too much now because I've already given you something else as well to be grateful for. It's like the Lord gives and takes, bro. So it was like that. I didn't even need to be religious for me to kind of get that, but it helped because I was going through a spiritual journey. And also in the Amnandi, my mom saw me going through Esazindo, like having those inner demons with myself because Unboni to like mess up in high school and do all those things. And she just kept quiet and acted like isn't a zenzi. And then eventually now I became like matured. I sat down with her, like I indirectly asked her things, especially when like I got left by girls. Like, Mom, when did you know about you wanted to marry someone and so on? Like the conversation that you've been dreaming to have with your mom or your dad. And then eventually now you are in that position where there is no other conversation you would like to have. Because now you start questioning like what you've been through. Like, nah, man, there's more to this. I can't be doing the same old shit. Because I'm growing, bro. I'm growing older. And this was part of the thing that our grade 6 teacher also prepared us for. But like, your heart is going to get broken, bro. That you can't run away from. But like, yo, at that time, you still didn't even fathom what your hormones were. And look at us now. We're in our 20s, bro. Yeah, boy. And it's a roller coaster of emotions, and all these things you had to figure out. But I'm also glad that I had that conversation with my mom. And part of me also, like, ungafaki igama lam, she knew, but I was talking about myself. But she loved that I was having that conversation now eventually. Because now I'm born into that nomsindo, but why am I not having these conversations? And then eventually when I did have them, I wasn't even in that mind, but yo, bruh, this could be the last time you get to see your mom. And then like her sickness was like boom immediately, and like she was gone, bro. But being a father is beautiful, guys. Yeah, but I would encourage like Kwangoku for you to prepare for like the kids you're still gonna have, because you're doing that cause improver, dog. I didn't need to have a daughter for me to know, but I need to take care of myself and have things to teach my daughter. Because I think every parent is supposed to go through land and Gondonia, but I want my child to have a better life than I ever had. Like, she's gonna go through things that I never went through as well. She's gonna be protected from things I was never protected from. Because now I'm in a position where I know, but yo, having your parents like emotionally involved in every phase of your life, it matters, bruh. It really matters. I want my child to be like at a point where at any tip of the world, she can be able to think about her father, and at the end of the day understand. But that's my first hero. Like the feeling that I also wanted to have about my own father, but it doesn't stop ngam. Yeah, well, so I can relinquish that first, make myself my own hero, and then like I give that access to my daughter as well and the people around me, so that the gift that is embedded in me, I can't leave it like unturned, bro. Yeah, boy, and I feel like fatherhood came at the right time. Like, I'm ready for this challenge. At first I was like, yeah, I'm scared. Where am I gonna get the money? When I'm gonna get this? No, no, no. And I was like, once you start to know about you've got this, then you start moving from lawe yokoyik to like, okay, now I can figure it out. And then I had a supportive girlfriend. Into Zinjalo who's very understanding. Like, umbo lapa for the long run, because it's not easy. Like, being with a dude who doesn't work. When these things starting to come, then no impatient about, because they come from homes where everything is set. Like, no one is teaching them about reality. No one tells them about, like, there are men with heart out here who intentionally when they love you, they only see you. They don't even want to place themselves in a position to mess it up. So once they find that genuine love, trust me. Like I've seen many posts on Facebook about this. Like a man stays if he to where he's appreciated, dog.
Sure.
Where he's loved, dog. A lot of girls don't want to face that. And when I have these girls podcast, I'm gonna put them on the spot, Galondo. About there are certain standards they want us to abide by, but bona, no. It must go both sides, Galogo. You cannot expect when I be grand in that kind of instant number. What is it? No, respect yourself. You are expecting me to respect myself and it zihloniphe now. That is why I also let my away methi yakba uyawayothuka lawe bayikuse unyanisile lo mntana bayikuse ithama yakhe ngolu hlobo. Because you've been so used to abaphethe who always lying about even if it's inconvenient. And then I listen to other song, Tory Lanez. It doesn't matter how much you try to hurt him. The only thing that you get hurt is your pussy hole. So Uti, when you're trying to bitch yourself about a girl, etiwa ngamanye amajita, wena uziphamanise ngaye, akahethi wena, uhetha yena. Yena ndephelayo nguye lo ngumphansi wakhe. The only thing that is getting hurt is a pussy hole. Because you prove your point, and need to and then you come with good intention. Because my nigga was like, yo, bro, miyeke lamdana. That's on her. Because she's showing who she is. So we get too attached to that. We're like, hi, how can she do this to me? How could she be like, no, bruh. Suba too attached to it. Like, see it from also a realistic point. And be better because of it. Subana lawe ba na wenza ngolu hlobo nalo landelayo naye makafumane lena. Like, no, bruh. Hurt people. So now I had to place myself in that position. But the best thing that she did was tell me, work on yourself, G. Like, zilungiselela for icheri yakhe landelayo. Zange ndalahla sophisticatedly life in yam. But la sophistication is the one that led me to my redemption. Many things broke me, brother. But ndilapha because of them. Hey, they showed me to myself, bro. I'm glad that the relation's that pair, bro. And funny nothing. My best friend was like, Subuyela end of it. There's a reason why that didn't work out. The Lord knows what he was doing. So I'm your piggy says and I almost did that even last year, bro. Letting the past in, thinking that we are helping. No, we are not helping anybody. Demolish, bro. And was like I was cleansing even my circle of accountability with my friend because he had this dude that he met us ngayo and was giving him problems. It's like, bra, zange wafonela ngumama mna umama manbuze ba uputhando. What is he up to? Nendo, I'm gonna kick him out of the house. Zange wayenza lonto. This man needs to stop becoming your problem. Because when y'all meet ngokakusetshenzwa into enjani le. Bruh, you used to be out of music. No, drop those anchors. Because uthi ufuna unyuka mos andithi khangela abafuna unyuka ke. Andithi sama nabantu abane-jet fuel thina sibali. Siyakhuphuka ayikho into esiyakuyo. Ngoba abantu bafuna uhlala phansi except let's chill machita. Let's do this. Politics abafuna ukhula. Baneminyaka kho abantu abayanga ke who are hungry. And appearances sometimes they are fooling. So I hold it seriously la uyofonela le olet andincane la that my nigga did uyaboba uvela nguvalo bethwa nguvalo ngoku wasuka ngapha kuwo wazongixelela lewe wathi thi andiyazi dog theni zofonela ngumama wakhe ngokumjita like we are kids bra not endala leziphangelelayo bra olethi newar andimboni lo mntu ndithi bra. These are the things we have to go through because impumelelo yethu vethu ayizufika sinabantu abanje. Because you know what's going to happen? Sizawuhlala etafileni sibala i-dividends zethu kuzobakho aba ke bazobejonga impokotho zethu. It's such people because sibagcinile because we feel sorry for them. How can we have people at the table that you feel sorry for? Funa ndiyazi ba usungs when he brokers a deal kukho i-out azodibana nayo pa. If uthando uyamazi ba ngoyena ogood kwesaspan uyazi ba uzorecommend inigga yakhe. Uchad was like that. What mamela? You talking shit, especially ba nguthando. Uthi uthando ndiyamazi mna. Ndidandikhathana buthini nina nimazi uthando nonke ndithetha amasimba. Because I know this is the same thing Thando would do for me. What the friendship is just some people need to watch us, and how we intentionally love one another, not for the show. Because abantu bafuna ubonwa ngoku too much. That's too underrated, bruh. Funa ubonwa for ntoni? No, keep your plans to yourself. Buhle always tells me that. Keep your plans to yourself, bruh. But no, I turned into bruh. Yeah, but keep your cards close to your chest.
Yeah.
And once you do, bruh, trust me, the world is gonna keep on delivering. When you're out here and boozing, hey, oh no, man, you don't know me, God is good. Like, yo, when the world is conspiring in your favor, you must defeat. You must, man. And also for the fact that he admired. Probably I'm the only person who was full of it. That I'm bonile namhlanje, because it's too many miserable faces that I see out here. No passion, no nothing. Adibane nami umuntu ngoku get offended because I was listening to a podcast izolo. Wathi when you start to excel, you are going to be igniting other people's demons. You're going to be reminding other people of things that they didn't work about themselves. Yabo umuntu ozithandayo and ozihoyileyo ukhumbuza abo bangazihoyanga about the things they still need to tend to. Because bona bacima ngu-ABC. They don't see as I mean, they don't see the hard work. Abazibona izonke ezawe-songs, eza-editing days. Yena ubona i-product ekhaya. Yena uzawuba nalawo iba kusejampe lawo yeke ugesi ndandimnqande ngayo ngasekuqaleni. Ndithi yabona ngoku unidi ekuqaleni suncenga. It's supposed to happen naturally lawo yayibona because of what he was around. Ndithi out yam yazi boyihoyi ingcingo that you are entertaining about yourself. Because you're going to keep on saying, hi, and then you stay with other people, and then you want to have certain conversations. Next thing, why am I not cooperating with you? And did you know, check your energy, bro. Once you're in a good energy, we're going to have a nice conversation. I'm going to find out about you. You're going to find out about me. Because at the end of the day, we're on the winning side. It's two brothers trying to know one another and help one another. Because people can't help one another if they don't know one another. I don't know everyone's story. So I'm not presume I walk on the streets, I know I don't. I want to know you, bro. We're adults, we're going through things, bro. And he started becoming like more about himself, dog. He must take advantage of his privilege, bro. That's the shit I'm gonna tell him. That
nigga, Joe, like I remember back then, it was last year December. Like out here I came from him. And the others from where? Umchita said town. Then from a town, like we came back, saya kukwa umchita Clermont. Like from Wood, Wood to like umchita wa quite driver, like suke town to Clermont kukwa umchita. At the time umchita we 58 up a cooks. And again kukwa like I was like, wow. Say this nigga like
up 58.
And you said Clermont that time. Like I was like, wow, it's this nigga.
Yeah.
2 cars, bro. Like
yeah.
Flat comes to like if a sliding door, bro.
That is what I want to get him on, you know.
That was like Nico, like Funando on 58, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's my first question. Nika, like living like say flat out in Jani, Joe. 80, you just in
Suburbs.
Say short.
Neighbor. As a stresses that he could irrigate himself from. So, I just want to give him the credit because he's a good dude. He's knowledgeable. You can tell, but he needs like around like a grand dog so that good can come out, fit. Because who you hang around with now, it matters, fit. Like it really matters, dog. And you must stop this destruction. Because there's kids who are looking weird, dog, like he shouldn't be that. He should be an example as well. And he's a good nigga, man. And I'm about love. That is what I also said. He said that I'm a real one. I'm like, yeah, I know, bro. Because I will always come with love. Because like that's what you think. That didn't come out of my mouth, bro. Yeah, bro. Because I'm here trying to figure out people. But he's a good dude and like sendarisha as well. To like, dog. Your life is your life, to like live it fully, dog. Like stop impressing people. Yeah, get away, dog. Impress abantu ayizukusan nowhere because these people don't give a fuck, dog. Bonile fit. Bantu don't give a fuck because once you lose yonke le privilege, that's when you're gonna start to see like real people, dog. But the mere fact that unele power, yeah. Hanza kukhwela phezu kwayo for loo nto dog. Ndithi hayi fethu, yo sebenzisa le wethu i-advantage yakho. Shiya yonke into fethu edibene ne-limitations ngemva maybe rule. Akho nix ephilisa yapha ekasi fethu. Yabo, akho nix dog uzozigqibela ulife fethu, and at least you have that power unalamandla. You better create something out of your life, dog. Noba yintoni, figure it out. Go to school, whatever. Figure it out. Like fethu, at least like lungisa fethu. Zilungiselele man. Because it's no one else's job. Like, fair to, are we really going to be those kids who are going to depend on our mom's privileges? Nendoni. I'm not saying he's depending on the privileges. I don't know his story. But I'm just saying, dog, I come from nothing, dog. But lawe zange yanistophe yathi hayi funeka ndibe njengobani. I've met zonke izinto. Dress a certain way, be a certain way. Nendoni. And I found out I wasn't being me. All I was doing, I was reacting to le nto ndiyijonga ngaphandle. Yabo, instead of being like, I'm good with this. That's why xa ndihleli content, I'm at my happiest. Because I'm tending to my garden. To someone else, I'm wasting my time. That's good. That's their version. That's how they see things. But how we see what we're doing, bro. Because 20 years to come, are you going to be happy with what you're doing now?
Hey, the way in time leyo tathi like always, bro.
Yeah. Lamnana luhleli na uzoba happy.
You're gonna think about your young. What was I doing?
Hey, bro.
And you're gonna be like bitter or bitter, but
You could have made different decisions if it. But it's also like a superpower, the mere fact that we are surviving this place, bro. And we are excelling. We've been excelling and we are still gonna excel. I saw this fellow say to us, lay training, le manen. When we go out into that corporate world, into yonke land, yonke le training sifumane yapha, it's gonna be vital. Because I see this technology. We don't see anything edibene nokuba no, we cannot be able to be there. Because victory belongs to the person who wants it, bro. Sayifuna nathi. Not gonna sit here and feel sorry for ourselves, dog, but life is better when you are out there in the field and making it work, bro. Because everything, dibana nabantu abagive upileyo wena KO, bro. Every single day.
You know what keeps me going there? Like in a way, like like remember a time when you were in high school or in primary, and then comes Miss Wakakbozi. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Yes.
Remember at that time you were still young. We were like, you are 5 years. It's a lot of like it's a lot of time. You don't even see yourself, bro. Like you're just thinking like you 5 years.
Now you look, here's a place how long look on a minute.
5 years later now, figure like 5 years, like 20 ban.
You know when you
look
get that
back and like
was a car high school and you're finishing the trick, you're like
Sebenza nongena ngoku ndinxiba places ngoku nehlangu ezingalingane obhaka nendoni next thing I'm a senior, I'm saying goodbye. Like yabona land, it also hit me when I was in front of the stage, just dog, when I was being cheered by my grade 12s. When they asked about, does anyone want to come on stage and like give a presentation on why they deserve to go to this camp? And the grade 12 was like Tido. Within 3 seconds I'm up, and then I went on that stage. The entire school, bro. That's also something that reminded me, I'm never having this again. Yeah, you were telling me what keeps you going, dog, man.
Yeah, that because now like ngoku like that drop out. I must drop out SCPUT. Yeah. Because of funding start of last year, because then since I was doing my final year. Yeah. Because I started in 2017, and then but because I wasn't getting a laptop and
to be able to do those assignments,
I couldn't
that's
like
another
register
underrated
for
part they don't talk about.
Semester course. I couldn't register for a semester course. I'm going 6 months in for like Shalikasi and na laptop and na Wi-Fi and na bon how can bon so start shanjan. Yeah, but so extend then a year course for like two years. Yeah, but like be semester benzo yenza like 6 months when you're one. So then like 2 years now when you're one.
Oh, okay.
You see?
Yeah.
Because like say ilanuza isemester, you do semester yoqala and then you pass. Whatever seat like yakwazi by say first year semester 1 semester 2. We about kwenza like semester 1 or semester 2 ngonyaka oyi-1 like if you doing first year
like so, normally
normal.
But instead when you did it over 2 years.
2 years. So i-semester kumi ngonyaka, which means nearby 6 years I did it for unyaka. So like unyaka wami oqala it took me 2 years. First year. So okay, second year I had to do ilandoza again back to a semester course. Sure. That's where I do like semester 3 or semester 4. But through like leminyaka benimane drop out, like benimane ndiye ndirhoqa bola we like fail one subject.
Sure.
Yabo ayifana selandoza masipala.
Nase high school.
Nase high school ba ufailile you can move on in high school, but if you failile you must still yabo urhoqa back unless ke ufaile imajor ke. Yabo image mhlawumbi we like ibalulekile le subject lo ifundelayo.
Okay.
Yabo so yona ivele vale ayikwazi like uvulela ezinye zezinye semester, so like you have to do yona yodwa only la nyaka until you pass and then you
can take over ezinye doc. You need to have more people that went to varsity, bro, on this show as well.
You need like
aspect as well,
because like abantu abaphuma like a high school, they don't know this information.
They're just being sold a dream, la way.
You must apply and then Kafika Pata is a different story. Like the pressure is too much.
Game this crazy.
Like for neighbor, whatever, friendship, everything.
You know, like we orientation they said that there's mental health facilities scared.
Yeah. You didn't understand about that.
People don't last here, baby. See a lot of people live your life. See a lot of people last 6 months gone.
Pressure. Like I got friends in the first day. Like I'm a cheater, like in okay, then Babo and by exam, I think we are in the same level. Let me. Because I can see Abanya and you are privilege, you see.
Sure.
Man, because sometimes I normally lunch, pressure level. Because you're gonna be with the friend Yako who's gonna buy my nika. I would you be like, nah, the grand. But
with the situation you can
so like like I remember I introduced like a train like he trained because I must have used traveling a train shall catch yes by you like he pass so can he takes is like close to 1,000 so I can't afford that because excess so long as I funding no much the phone and just budget doing this thing for electrical engineering siqalela jonga 3 years yaphuma cinga ke ngokunzima kanjani la we not wonke umuntu eyenza la we you do your 3 years if course yakho 3 years 3 years out not wonke that you can go back university ubuze hlamba ngapha abantu abayenzayo and go and figure 50%. You take 7 3 year course take 7 bro
7 years
7 year
you see people don't know this guy he was doing the same shit over twice about the lecturer didn't even he's too good, man. I know.
You're naming and shaming him right there,
hundreds
bro.
of people like was orientation. Everyone that was gonna do.
Yeah, also Kalakla course,
fucking big war. So you see that live boss song? Yo, damn! Imagine Jay, you must pull up this man. You don't play you. This is a woman, like basically, I don't know what I forgot what you call like like because we head of course our principal something else involved.
Oh, it's like an HOD grade.
HOD of
head of department.
Marketing.
Head of department.
So she was the head of department in marketing. So she used to Lily was speak, you project, you see, you hear me? I'm speaking to you. How many people are you? No, you mustn't be scared. Because that thing, that course, it like allowed you,
communication, presentation. Because uzohlala nje ukhuluma nabantu sibali, so you.
This is one girl. Man's presentation. Yo, thule. Yoyika. Hayibo. Simjongile. Hayibo. Thule. Boy, say lecturer here to was a guy like, please speak. Yo, strong in frozen. Yo.
Funa present iwe yakhe cwaka.
I think zonke like i-courses zasevasithi. The first year you must do i-computer and communication because now you have to learn to speak.
But where's the speak? Some major like everything we're doing. Nobody course ends like communication
you go.
Yeah, and computer skills. Because you have to do reports and stuff like that. Presentation, Excel, PowerPoint.
PowerPoint,
You have to know, Joe.
Exactly. So you know those times like computer. Yo, bro, I still love it. You see, in that class we had a Xhosa woman. She was just recently married from Blue Isaac. At that point,
Makoti.
yeah, and how nice she was as a teacher. Lecture, you. Sifundisa computer like basics dazazo.
Yeah.
So nikopala na yabo man das is we quick. I always like abo abantu while still doing it. I'm like done. She's like, hey, what yeah, the chicks. She's like, hey man. I'm doing 70s man. Then I used to show the other people, bro, people older than me. But bonus of friends was soon. Yo, I'm going to John and I'm like, hey, John.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that la way, but got getting an advantage, man. Because previously, going from the high school, I used to get taught computers la way. Then I saw that gap in the market of people are not computer literate out there like that, bro. As you think when I'm an obvious.
Yeah, they got this nice equipment. Because now it's a reality that I also got in terms of like learning about technology. To find out the people that have these technologies know nothing about them. No offense to them, bro, but it also gives you opportunity to show, but people also put a face out there and be like, okay, I got this, I can be able to use it. And then someone comes along and shows you, yo, do you know you can use this to do this and this and this and this? Because I remember this one encounter. There was this certain Huawei phone that I was holding. This dude, he wanted movies from me, so I put movies in his phone. And then I tried to show him a few things. And I asked him just randomly, dude, do you know about petty computer? Like, what? Computer? Like, bruh. Yes, the phone don't. You know the things I would do, and so I just show him a few features because apparently he's only on Facebook. Phone. Like, bruh, you have the world at your hands and you have no idea. How many people have had that tool to advantage about dog? All it takes is to just learn. Learn what this thing does. Go into the features, learn. This is how I got to learn. Tina, we don't want to be wrong. We want to in the earth. Why just for the face? Like iPhone, like your land, and we don't look deeper into Indo. Because you find a good abanye don't have that fascination. It's just a product that gives them the ability to out there. People would think sometimes the sevens is a professional things, bruh. No, we're using our phones. It's what we have at this moment, bruh. But as it is technology, what does that mean? We go seek out tools there. So we can edit on our phones, we can record on our phones, we can do your own computer can also do Kai on his net aspect with the long form just so we can keep the information. But how does that come? We go and learn about it, bruh. We don't sit there and say, hi man. Because people are thinking too much of just building in. You have to take it forward. You have to learn tricks. And I've got into a habit of becoming everything. The product will become successful. Now, I have to pay people to do that because my time is going to be money now. It moves on to that kind of thing. And that's the beauty about me creating my own product. Like, people need to find themselves like what makes you tick. And sometimes you have to adjust it, get that job. Most of the people that become successful are doing things they don't like. I don't like working out. I don't like shooting. I don't like zongas. But at the end of the day, I don't get what I want if I don't do them. So you get into the habit of doing things that you don't like. And you get to a point where eventually now it's things that, can't wait to do this. Can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do this. And because every journey is unique, bro. And you just being here fit and giving yourself like the confidence to tell yourself already you're on the winning side. Whether this becomes successful or not, I've said it many times. It doesn't matter. The main thing is it's available. Now you can be able to visit it and be like, that was me in 2023 doing this, because it's Jordan year. That we have to just execute. It's a personal mission that we made for the both of us, Nosungs. Because we've been through too much, bro. Like we've been holding back. Then when we get to a point where we could have been here, Johnny, we didn't put anything out. The year must end, then we can have a review. Okay, this is what we got up to. And we're still on the right trail, but we're learning along the way. So thank you for usnigi kleshalako, bro. And there's still plenty more. like we said, May is going to be one of the most hectic months. We're just going to be sitting for hours, just getting those episodes. But the social media yethu ke izakubonisa uba you are go, they are in beast mode now.
And the content creation yakhula ngoba.
Yeah.
And yabona except for iyaqaphela like there are many like houses with the Wi-Fi ngoba.
Yeah,
Ulaqala lakho yosiya wonke umuntu unepali like.
so umuntu unepali paso i-connection phana dog, yeah.
Wonke umuntu uzaba
And
available.
nayo izaba indlela of us also inspiring these people to say, but now you can be able to create.
Niqalile ninetha. Bazothi becatch up bona.
By that time we're like, yes, sibabonile okuba bephethe izinto zabo ngamanye amaxesha siya ngapha siye epakini siye ngapha dog. Wherever we get an opportunity, we probably should do a real talk nangoku after you leave as well. You just have a feel of the park because the incanye weather qayinje dog, and I just want a little bit of the breeze, man. Indawo sometimes cannot be good for you. So sometimes people think I'm angry. Your mom doesn't talk to me at all. I'm busy. Ndijonge phone yam. I can hear ngapha ke earphones. I'm like, you do not know me, lady. What if that is my game face? Yeah? Uthi ndiqumbile ithi chere yakho iphi namhlanje. That's when I saw, but people are watching.
Yeah.
People are always watching. Yeah, ndiyamazi. Not andimazi personally, but ndiyamazi olapha ekhasi umuntu omdala. Xa ubona abantu notice you, bro. Sometimes I sit and chill, but yo, imbonile namhlanje. And then they don't tell other people, they tell me. But I just saw, but now people are really taking notice. The product is there because I go live, I do yonke into right in front of their eyes. Everything like, let's see. Yeah, when you, what's that doing? Because xa ndingena phaa ndizifaka kwibubble, dog. That's all I do. Once ndibekela bubble, you are gone. Because ndiphume phaa, ndiphuma apha ndiyozixelela uba ndiyothatha into phaa ndine-mission. I'm going to inspire, I'm going to go live, I'm going to do all those things. Because xa ndibeka intloko yam phaa fune ndithi, hey, I fulfill this day as best as I can. But love and appreciation, brother, man. Because the future is going to be tough, man. It's going to need people like us, people that can be able to weather the storms. Because you can't be weak-hearted, man. But we're already on the winning side, man. Like support yako, dog. Nah, it's still gonna feel different, and even like in the long run, izohlala fit, because I know it comes from the heart, fit. I'd rather do that. People who like really genuinely like want us to succeed, bruh. Yeah, well, they support Tina fit, knowing yo, bruh, I like what that man has going on. We need to be respecting each other that kind of way. Yeah, well.
Inqabile ke love because.
Yeah, inqabile because sibasilana ngolwatha fethu. Awubuya. Yeah.
Uncane nje.
Koko, why are you not raising umntana ngolu hlobo na? Ebona la wekanti we need to like shrug off that energy so that xa kufika thina uthi oh nabo besiza nala attitude yabo. And next thing ke ngoku we're making people sing a different tune. Xa kufike thina oh here come the content creators. Because we're living in imprint kweza light nansi enye into yabo. Songs, remember that day when those girls sipa epakini and we were shooting kancinci wathi bazohlala apha ecangkwethu.
This other girl uyohlala ecangkwami for umamela. Hayibo.
Mamelele interview. Yeah, siyarecorda apha epakini like we're going to do after this as well, bro. But thank you, man. Because umfutho sekhona. Besithetha ngalona before you get here. Like mina ezimbi zizawufika uzawunetha ngoku kanti ndiyayazi uba ndiyapheka nam apha xa siphinde sidibane yo tati, this is what I got up to, and like excess songs kanye yena uzandibona sendimthega phaa because he's the one who's shooting the things, bro. So you're always gonna see his name phaa Koko because he's the man behind the camera, dog. But it's build the legacy, man, and we're trying to put the blame on us for it. Ifuna thina la way, dog, and trying to be a positive role model as well for it, man.
Like the one thing I also realized, branding is important. So was a brand when
It's treated as a brand.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Because you're a representation of everything and everywhere you go, man. Now, like I get a lot of love for it. I get a lot of love for it, and you can tell by it comes from a genuine place. Yeah, I get a lot of hate, but I appreciate the love, dog. Yeah, well, like being seen, I love that because abanye they think that you have to always acknowledge. No, it's not about that. Like focus on your shit, bro. But sometimes I like Ugbona and you not seeing me or like look at the nigga, he's on his shit. That is what I get when I see you, KO. Yeah, well, like yeah, he's just minding his business. The same way I'm also minding my business and any other man.
As long as I see somebody busy on this shit,
Yeah.
I don't even need to talk.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
Come
exactly.
like, yeah,
Yeah,
this
we
guy.
see you, man. So we're gonna make this a norm, like we're saying, go me. So in Zaktacha, man, on social media, just to make sure, by we do this ahead of time.
Definitely,
Yeah,
I
bo.
never yo.
Nakanjani,
Enjoyed this
dog,
episode.
man.
Like 2 hours, yo.
Yeah,
Kathethwa,
oh, konje, dog, and look at all the things that's so clear. But God, yo, been hallelujah.
Yeah,
Way.
that's
Yeah,
why
so that
I'm
it gets to be a place where, I say, na ibe where you get to be able to like let your thoughts be, always understand and have a place where they can live and be like, yo, I was going through this, but then yo, I'm excited, I'm gonna get an opportunity to I know we're gonna be discussing is that gonna be he's gonna try to make me understand, okay, is this kind of way. It's like you get an opportunity to question what you've been through. Ungabi nalo ube dead short, yo, I had the worst week. Because you khona la veki, hey, bengakho mnandi, bra. And it felt like things were not happening, but I was like, awuzuyeka le nto determination. Yiveke entsha ngoku. Leave that behind. When I left that behind, I started a new week, and then we go on forward, bro. But yeah, ngumfutho all the time, dog.
Nafuna ubuya next time, Tati.
Away, brother, man. Always, man. Always. This is gonna be a norm, bro. This is gonna be a norm until we eventually get to a place where we become beautiful, man. And the wins are ahead, not behind us. So thank you, brother, man. Appreciate it, cool, bro. Thank you yet again for tuning in for this lovely episode. Until next time.